the front porch. Front porch before, you'll see in the pictures, was literally falling down. We have to put the ceiling on, and there's some things that we have to fix. The way that they did it, it is like coming apart, kind of. Like you can see it swooping right there. So we have to redo that. We're gonna get new posts because these 4x6s are not cutting it for me. I want something like bigger, like maybe like crosshatch or something. We're gonna have to fill that in somehow, and I don't know what we're gonna do on the outside. But here's all that. And there used to be a window right here, but on the other side of this is a bedroom. So we decided to fill that in. Like, I'll show you when we get inside. But we decided to fill that in because it would be weird to have a window like on the front porch, like when you're walking up to the front door. This front door, it was intended to be the front door of this house, but unfortunately, it needed to be cut down. Now the handle is like way too low. Like I have to bend way over to grab the handle. So that's not gonna work. Beautiful door though, so that's kind of sad. Here's the other side of the door, and then outside to the front porch. This is the living room. So the living room was not like this at all. I built all of this stuff right here by myself, and like with the help of some other people, but like I designed the way that it goes all the way up to the ceiling and the way that the fireplace is gonna fit in there. This is a gas fireplace, and the gas is running from underneath it up to it, but we haven't have it connected yet. So there's still some things that I need to do. Like for example, up here on the ceiling, we're gonna go ahead and sheetrock that in so that way dust will quit coming in through the cracks. And also there's like, hang on, let me find it. Oh, right here. There's like weird spots like this. Like there used to be a stove there, I think. So there's like spots like that. So we're just gonna go ahead and sheetrock over that, and that will make it easier to keep the dust in. Out, keep the dust out. We don't want it in. And then on the floors, these floors are beautiful. Me and Casey sanded them down, stained them, and we put one coat of sealant on them. But as you can see, they're extremely dirty. Like I just swept all that, and I'll get more into that about like the bird poop right there in a second. But they're extremely dirty. So what we're gonna do is cover them. Like we're gonna keep the floors protected, but we're gonna cover them with new luxury vinyl hardwood flooring that looks similar to this, but the planks are gonna be wider. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do with the floor. So one thing that I really love about this living room is the baseboards. Like they are absolutely massive. And of course it wasn't like that when we got here, because I'll show you the pictures, and I keep on holding back on the pictures because they are scary to look at. But I put those baseboards in, but basically the wall only went down to a certain point and then stopped, which was 12 inches. So that's why we had to have such huge baseboards down there. But the ceilings are so tall, I think it looks really great. So all this furniture except for that table, that, and maybe that is gonna go. My grandmother gave me this lamp, so that's not going. But here's the chandelier. I got this on Facebook Marketplace. The electricity's turned off right now. I'll go turn it on later because we're probably gonna be working during the night and stuff. But that's what the chandelier looks like. Super beautiful. I put all these little crystals on there. So here's the fireplace again. These bookshelves go all the way up to the ceiling. And these aren't all my books, and they need to be cleaned again, obviously, because of the dust and the when we had that really bad storm. But yeah, I put these together, and it's something I'm really proud of because I think it's just like especially with this huge picture frame, like this just looks absolutely grand. And when it's all done and there's an actual picture in there, like this is going to be amazing. And that's really what's keeping me going, because there have been a lot of setbacks and a lot of sadness with this house in the past year and 2 years. But let's talk about this window. So these windows actually came from a factory in Amarillo. They're old, like 1800s old, like they're really old. And today we're going to be sealing off like where you can see the light coming in. We're going to be sealing that off and caulking everything and then restaining it and painting it and stuff. And these windows, like the glass, is super thick. So that's one thing I really like about them. But I added all that trim work up there. This is a 1x12 at the top. And I also have one down there at the bottom. If you can see, yeah, one down there at the bottom. And then I put these in there. This is like hang on. This is like my favorite trim ever because I don't know why, but I love this. It's super old looking and it adds a lot of character. So these double doors are actually just here to protect the living room from the rest of the house. And we'll get in that in a second. But this is what it looks like from the kitchen. You can see everything. Here's the front door, light switches. Okay. So when we walk over here to this door, it's also just there to protect this room from the outside. This is obviously the master bedroom. We are having some issues, like the roof is leaking right there. So I have to crawl up in the attic and find out where the roof is leaking and fix that. And then also this window broke from the inside, and whatever did it, whatever, ripped off the trim work down here, which was weird, but I've got another piece of glass coming in to replace this window. And eventually all these windows will be replaced with new windows, but for now, we're just doing what we can. At one time, this house, it was in a condition to where, you know, like if I had to spend a night in here, I could, and I did several times. Like it used to not look like this. I mean, it used to look a lot worse than this, but we had it fixed up to where it was actually like livable for a second. Like with the doors closed off to the kitchen and it was just the dining room and the master bedroom. Like it was like clean. There wasn't so much stuff in here. The windows weren't broken. Like there wasn't dust everywhere. And that's because I was working on it like every single weekend. I was very serious about it. And I mean, things just started to happen, like a new business, college, of course, and all that stuff. So it started to just slow down after a little bit. So, I mean, that's what happens, especially with how rough the weather is in Texas. But yeah, this is the master bedroom. I'm taking this off and I'm going to put new stuff up. It's going to be like paneling. It's going to look really cool. It's going to look like a freaking castle up there. But yeah, here's the master bedroom. We're going to have to replace that window and then fix this somehow. I don't know. So this is the kitchen. This area right here. We completely gutted this, obviously. There used to be like an actual kitchen in here, but though it was really old, and when you see the pictures, I'll go through it again. But this whole house was absolutely filled with junk. I mean, like from the floor to the ceiling, it took us like almost 2 months to clean out the entire house. That's how much stuff was in here. But this right here will be the kitchen window, and this is the wall facing the patio. So once we get a new window and insulate that wall and then sheetrock, we're going to sheetrock this whole kitchen. And it'll be like really, and I'll put the same floors in here as I am in the living room. And then this is where the cabinets are going to go. It's going to go from this corner right here, wrap around to that piece right there. And the fridge will go right there. And then I'll explain this in a second. But here's the guest bedroom. We put new windows in. Those are nice. And then we also insulated it. So that's also really nice too, because it's like very still and very quiet in here. So that's going to be really nice, especially since this is the wall facing the porch, and this is where the window used to be, right here underneath that electrical spot right there. This is where the window was in this area, and there's actually a door right there that they used to like frame it in. I guess they just used whatever they could back then, because this house is really old, like Great Depression. I mean, like the beginning of America old. This is the sheetrock for this room, but this right here, it used to be a door, I think, to the outside, like the front porch. And so I'm going to make that a door to a closet. So that is the guest bedroom. And I think we're gonna sheetrock this when Shai gets here. So we'll see about that. So right off the kitchen is this little room right here. And this used to be a porch until they closed it in. And I don't know what date or time they closed it in. But the floor is slanted right here, which was normal back then for porches. But now that it's part of the house, this isn't gonna work. And also the ceiling is extremely here. I know it like blends together and it just looks like wall, but this is the ceiling right here. Like I can't even fully extend my arm, it's so short. So what we're gonna do in this part, since it was an add-on and it's nothing worth saving. Like, see this part right here? Here's the ceiling right here. It's like, I can touch it and it's not good. But there's holes everywhere. This was a window. This window is cracked. There's holes. I mean, there's just holes everywhere. And this is falling down and like all that's coming apart. And this was the bathroom back in the bathroom days. All that sheetrock got ruined in the rain. But this bathroom is just too small. And the ceiling is too short. Like, this is ridiculous how short it is. So what I'll go outside to explain this. And this, I can't even explain that right now. So I hope it's not too windy. But basically, this is where I just was from the inside. So what we're going to do is tear this all down and start over. Raise up the roof to where the actual other roof line is. And move it out. So basically right now it's only 7 feet. So what we're going to do is double it. This would have been the bathroom window, but they covered it up for some reason. So the bathroom starts right there. And this is only 7 feet right there. So what we're going to do is raise it up to the other roof line and then push it out to be 14 feet. So that way the new bathroom and dining room, the floor will be completely level. The ceilings will be taller. And the rooms, of course, will be bigger. So it's a win-win for everything. And it'll also be built right. It'll be built sturdy and stuff. And then there's this cute little sidewalk right here. And then this is still that part that we're going to tear down. That's the kitchen window right there. And this actually is a really nice back patio. Like, it's a good size. There's the entrance to the attic right there. So I'm going to have to get up there later. But yes, this back patio is really nice. And when we do the add-on, we're going to put French doors right there to come out onto the patio from the dining room kitchen area. And I'm going to have lights strung up everywhere, and all these trees will be trimmed up to where they're not touching the house. And I mean, obviously new paint jobs, stucco work, paint all the fascia boards black, paint the house like a stark white, and then get cool furniture for out here, a fire pit, and then also something like right here. You can't see the corner because the grass has reclaimed its territory, but in the corners, like right there, and right there, I want to build some black planters to put some plants in, some flowers and stuff, and that'll be really nice. It'll also like kind of make a perimeter for this little area right here, because it doesn't have anything to like really separate it from the ground. And then the back patio. See, there's the glass on the ground from the window. So it broke from the inside out. And yeah, this house is kind of rough, but I swear it's going to be beautiful one day. And the thought of it, like, I wish I could project it. I wish I could project what's in my mind onto the screen to explain what it will look like one day. I'll have reference pictures, of course, later on in the video. But, yeah, I hope one day that I can live here and enjoy it. And, you know, it won't be so scary looking. Here's the front of the house, like from the road. That's the guest bedroom with the 2 windows. There's the front porch and the front door. And that's the living room behind the front door. But, yeah, there's all that. It's got these amazing trees, very shaded over here. That is a faux plum tree or whatever it's called. Like, it doesn't produce fruit, it just produces the flowers. And it already did the flowers, but that tree's got to be cut down, obviously, because it's mostly dead. And one false wind blow and it'll fall on my house and ruin everything. But future things. Oh, that little building right there. This little building is the garage. That building is my murder house. I'm just kidding. It's a well house. And let me tell you something funny about this. This is the well house, right? Nothing's in here. No well, nothing's in here. You want to know where the well is? Right there. So what was the point of this building? We don't know.